David Schwartz, the attorney for Michael Cohen. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, George.
This morning. You probably heard Michael Avenatti in our first half hour. He says that Mr. Cohen has never denied the affair. Does he believe that Stormy Daniels was lying last night?
Absolutely. He believes he's lying. And the lying is all over that piece. You don't have to go any further than the piece to see the lying, the inconsistencies, the fact that she said nothing happened, and now she says something happened. You know, she's in it for the money, and Michael Avenatti is in it for all the press and money also. That's what this is all about.
When she claims that she had a relationship with Donald Trump, she's lying?
Well, I mean, I wasn't there. Michael Cohen wasn't there. We don't know what happened 12 years ago. But Mr. Trump says that she's lying. And look at the piece. An affair. That, you know, what did she even say, even taking her own words? She spent 4 hours on a couch with him, and then they had sex one time, according to what she says. Mr. Trump denies it. But who cares? This happened 12 years ago.
Well, that's one of the questions, is who cares, which is then why keep pursuing this? Why not let it go away rather than pursuing the damages?
Michael Avenatti is pursuing it. He's the one that brought the case into court. And you know what, George, a contract is a contract. We live by contracts. And you can't just break a contract without there being consequences. Michael Avenatti says that's a threat. I don't know where he's from, that's somehow a threat by enforcing a damages clause in a contract. That's not a threat.
Didn't seem concerned about your cease and desist letter. He said just a few moments ago right here on GMA that he believes that this threat could have only come from someone connected to Donald Trump.
Right. So again, speculation, guesswork, that's what this is all about. So 12 years ago, somebody approaches her in a parking lot, okay? And what does she do? She doesn't go to the police, right? She goes to her Pilates class. You know, this is ridiculous. That's the first thing you think of doing. When someone threatens you and they threaten your daughter, you go to a Pilates class and not to the police.
One other thing he makes very clear is he believes he's going to be able to show that there was some kind of reimbursement or promise from President Trump or someone connected to him to Michael Cohen.
Well, I don't see how that's possible because, first of all, it's been very clear the president did not know about this. Michael Cohen was acting on behalf of the LLC that was created, EC LLC. His job was, and Donald Trump was a third-party beneficiary to this. So, and Mr. Avenatti has promised all kinds of things, right? He promised the CD. He promised, how about the lie detector that he promised, which is a complete fraud and false? It's been proven by my polygraph expert that lie detector test is completely invalid.
Other experts dispute that, but you just called Mr. Trump a third-party beneficiary. If he was a third-party beneficiary, then he was a beneficiary, according to one complaint, of an illegal in-kind contribution from Michael Cohen.
That's completely how is that illegal? When you pay that's a very dangerous precedent to say that that's illegal. When you're involved in an NDA, in a non-disclosure agreement, which, by the way, George, happens
before an election.
Every single day in America. CEOs, doctors, lawyers are involved in
They're not running for president.
Okay, but it's a very dangerous precedent. That's to protect reputation, it's to protect family, and it's to protect business. That's what that payment is for. It has nothing to do with running for president. And by the way, anyone running in this country, whether you're running for Congress or anything else, that's a dangerous precedent because any payment now can be considered a campaign contribution.
Well, not exactly, though. If it had nothing to do with running for president, why was it 2 weeks before the election when, in fact, the alleged affair had happened 10 years before?
Because that's when the legal extortion started, okay? It was started by Stormy Daniels. That was the best deal that she can get. So that's when, and everyone says it's hush money. I don't like to frame it as hush money. It's called legal extortion. It happens every single day. If you're a CEO, if you're on top of a company, you have a lot to worry about by people trying to extort you for money.
Meantime, Michael Avenatti also said that there still is more evidence of this affair. He's just not coming forward with it yet.
Oh, he's not coming forward with it. Well, he had his forum last night at 60 Minutes. You know what? He's trying this case in the court of public opinion. He's built up the 60 Minutes interview for 2 weeks, and it completely fell flat. And that's by people even who are against the president. And this is really not whether or not you're for or against the president. It's about what's right and wrong.
What's your next move?
Our next move is that this case has got to go back to arbitration, and certainly Michael Cohen will not rest until he recovers every single penny of damages, and it could be $20 million.
David Schwartz, thanks for your time this morning.
Thank you, George.
Michael?
All right, thank you, George. Coming up.